Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Robin, this is Digital Wilds, and welcome back to Wario World. Last episode we pushed through the spooky world, and today we're heading into the elemental world. So without further ado, let's push on and see what this snowy land ahead of us is holding in store. So here we are in the shivering mountains of Thrillsville. We've also got this bunny to bounce on, which seems to take us up to this roof where we can hit the first Wario button. This is a very holiday-themed episode we're going to have here, which is a bit strange for mid-May, but nonetheless, this looks like a bit of a laugh, so hopefully Wario will be having a fun time. We are first going to... Looks like we're going to have to clamber up these platforms here, and we've got these kind of cannons that need to be dealt with, so a butt stomp will deal with those, I would have thought. Okay, so best if we do that, and then we can climb over these gluey globes. Looks like we're heading to the left, since that's the more difficult way to climb, and yet we get our first Wario heart piece of the level. There we go. So we clamber over these ones as well. I don't know how much else there is to be got on this side of the level, but we've got a chest here, which I guess will mean some treasure. Yep, there we go. So down on this roof, we got our first secret level of the mission. We've got this nice roaring fire here, which has this great dynamic lighting going on, which is very sophisticated for the GameCube era. Okay, so we don't need to climb it, just destroy these blocks and it should fall down and become accessible. Lovely. We'll try not to get hit by too many spiky balls while doing this, but it seems a difficult thing to avoid. And here we go, our first diamond piece of the level. Much as I'd like to stay in that cozy little house, we must proceed onwards. We've got these flying snowmen, which look a little bit horrifying, to be honest. They don't have proper carrot noses, they've just got these sort of orange beaks. I'm not sure what's down here, but it doesn't look like it's good for my health. Yeah, no, get zapped there. Ah, we found that chest we unlocked at the start of the mission, though, so that's something. Get ourselves some kind of silver cup. I'm going to continue pushing down here, but I'm aware that there will be Unithorn's lair if I go too far, so this might not be a particularly easy bit of platforming. Losing a huge amount of money via falling in the water here, rather than the Unithorns getting me. Took an absolute pasting on that trip to Unithorn's lair. Took several hundred coins worth of damage. I'm really not nailing this one, frankly, and managed to get zapped there. Yeah, I'm already dead. So, okay, the difficulty on this game is ramping up quite swiftly, shall we say, because one more hit and I'm down. I'm going to need that garlic machine up there very, very quickly. Come on, give me a garlic. Yep, that's right. And another one there. I think one more bulb just to be safe. The Angler Mangler's weak spot hangs from its noggin. Don't bother punching its face. I literally do not know what that's about. Got some little igloo here, which looks like we can go inside it for a sort of secret world, but apparently not. Second igloo here. Again, nothing worthwhile in here. This is a very confusing level, because it's sort of vertically aligned, but we don't change the... so this is the Angler Mangler that it was talking about. Okay, I get it. Oh. This was a boss in Titan Souls? That sort of fired ice crystals at you in a kind of bullet hell sort of way. Oh, and hit again. I'm taking... don't seem to be taking damage from that, but yeah, it's probably a bad idea if I get hit by these ice crystals or fall into the angler's mouth. So those are the main risks. I reckon if I can get a third one of those barrel guys to hit it in the sort of lantern, we can probably call this fight done. And managed to miss. Excellent. Well done, me. And again, once again, missed it. It needs to be low enough that the attack can sort of impact it, I think. No, taking a real pasting here. I don't know quite why. Right, there we go. There's the third hit. And with that, the Angler Mangler is down. Difficulty really ramping up at this stage. And, oh, managed to miss a statue piece there by sliding down the hill incorrectly. I'm not having good luck with this, frankly. This seems like one of those combat arenas. Yep. Okay, so lots of snowmen to take down. Just as hateful as clowns in their weird, creepy appearance. So, enjoying this after the last mission. Okay, this is a bigger snowman, so I guess if I can get him, and God knows what his arms are made of, because they ain't sticks, Pepperami, I'll be able to spin him around and I guess use him as a weapon, which is marginally more useful than most snowmen. Oh no. Giant rhino snowmen? I guess they're based on the rhinos that were there in... I guess, are they polar bears? But they have, like, hats. I'm confused. Now we got a big weapon to spin around. We can take out these flying guys, even though they really shouldn't be in range of that, frankly, but, you know. And pile drive them. That takes down some bigger enemies for us. And with that, we're through a minute of combat, and get a nice hoard of coins to replace those we lost in Unithorn's lair. These icicle guys haven't shown up yet, but I imagine they're probably not looking after my best interests. Ah! A theory. Yes, a theory I am vindicated in. If I can bash those guys, I can use them as platforms. So a big snowman will let me pile drive my way through this door, and we'll get ourselves to a second secret entrance. Right, so 4 levers here. I guess these will manipulate these platforms in a way that will let us get across. Right, so these keep spinning and we can alter their path, but we can stop them at a point when it's convenient to us. Got it. Okay, seems simple enough. Ah, okay, so the vacuum cleaner move for cash only works on dropped loot from enemies, not on just coins lying around. Got it. Well, okay, turns out that wasn't a good idea. Right, so what I've tried to do here is create little stepping stones so that I can maximise my jump distance from the 3rd to the 4th one by putting the 4th one nice and low down. So let's see if this works. I've tried a different approach this time, which is just to activate all the platforms and start them moving, and hopefully at some point in their arc I'll be able to jump across them adequately. Now this is probably a really stupid idea, but does seem to be sort of effective so far. And in fact, after dying multiple times, I got it on the first go. So clearly that was what I was meant to do all along, and I'm just an idiot for trying anything else. Second diamond piece. So this icy pole, which I can't imagine how it's at all possible to climb, is how we get across here. And we've got a Blastoise, 2 Blastoises to deal with, and a Wario button there, so I will make the most of that. Looks like this chest, yeah, that's a good source of treasure for us. Over 6,000 now. This ice... Oh. Okay, so that iceberg just shoves me straight off into Unicorn's lair. Got it. Right, so lesson duly learned. Presumably this guy skids in whatever direction we're heading. So can we trick him in some manner and divert him one way and then dodge the other? That would be my instinct, although it's a bit of a tricky platforming thing to do, so I might be wrong. Oh, no, just charge into him and he's a Koopa. Although, not a Koopa. Sort of unofficial Wario Koopa. Right, well, I'm going to take him anyway because I can throw him at enemies. Or just get electrocuted like that, like an idiot. That also works. Right. Now I see what I need him for. If I can bash him and then pick him up, I can use him to bash my way into this secret level. Another platforming level. Well, we know how these things work. We try and get coins from them, and then we die horribly. But there's no lives in this game, so, you know, can't hurt to experiment. Right, so with all the coins duly appropriated, looks like when it's on its vertical axis, we can climb over here. And the same deal applies for this... Oh no. Wario's got quite the grip strength on the vertical on this, so you can sort of... Yeah, I think it's probably best if I treat this as a side-scrolling platforming section. Makes it much easier for me to judge my jumps and not do that. By the way, if you are particularly death-prone or you like to charge up using the garlic guy sometimes, these levels, there's no lives and the coins regenerate every time you die and you keep your coin count, so... I've managed to generate about 600, so about 10% of my total just from failing on this level a couple of times. It's not actually a bad way to make infinite money. And there we go, finally over to the last block, and we not only find out that the icebergs are called Fattingtons, which I really, really hate because it sounds like a cutesy bakery term, we get a Spriteling, so that is at least helping our completion percentage, if nothing else. So we got this Wario button over there. Clearly I can't just go and hit it, so maybe I can throw the Wario head at it. There's not really much of a way to aim things that you throw, but we'll give it our best. Okay, that does the job. Really not appreciating the little electrical points on there, to be honest, but whatever. If I can drill this guy into the ground. He's then a platform I can use to go and get another Spriteling. Excellent. And he is correctly pointing out that getting all the treasure in this level is going to be a hell of a pain. So I might go through this again and just do an off-screen treasure grab. Right, good throw there. Gets us access to that green Wario treasure point we saw earlier, so I'll head back and get that. And there we go. A giant garlic bulb looking device. Lesson to be careful on these surfaces duly learned. We can now proceed further on in the level, and we should be getting close to, I think, where the boss will be, judging by the average length of these things so far. Right, so another Wario button there. Well, oh, I don't like those. What are they? Is it meant to be ice cream? Is it just some obese ice cream creature with sentience? Are we going to put him in a cone and stick a flake in him and then eat him as he screams for mercy? Well, that's another button hit at least. I don't know what's down here. I imagine it's probably going to throw some sort of electrical barrier at me and I'll die hideously. Oh, the bucket. Is that a reference to Mario and Wario? A Japan-only NES game where Wario puts a bucket on Mario's head and he has to navigate his way around blind. Oh god, I don't like these guys at all. Oh, they're so creepy. To make myself feel better, I'm going to pile drive this Wario head into some enemies. Who's carving all these brick Wario heads? Oh no, 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 don't like it all. Oh god, how do I get rid of these guys? They're horrible, they're big flabby heads. Okay, looks like I can sort of lure them around. Oh, they look like giant flabby babies. Well, I'm just going to try and dodge out of the way of them as much as possible. Go get the secret area at least. Okay, this seems fairly simple. Gluey globes in the middle of spikes. Jump on the globes, don't jump on the spikes. This actually is one of the easier platforming segments we've done. Yeah, try and climb in the middle of the globes. Ah, see, I'm getting impatient now, and if I do that, I'm going to die. So, quick note there, my respawn cost has gone up from 200 coins to 300 coins. I presume that's because I'm in a harder world at this stage, and they expect me to have more money on hand. But, I don't know, seems a bit stingy. I kind of wish I could respawn for 300 coins, though. Right, so, Wario statue piece, and another diamond piece. And the fire there seems to have... Okay, right, yes, it despawns the fireplace if you are behind it. Nice bit of camera work, but a bit confusing. Okay, another arena for us. More snowmen to take down. Oh, no, I don't know how to take out the marshmallow babies. Well, one way to find out. Okay, so you can pile drive them, and then... Okay, they can be knocked over and picked up. That might be our way to get rid of them. Or just smack them with a giant pillar, which is my immediate instinct, I must be honest. Yep, there we go. Death to the giant babies. Pile drive away. I'm going to take out Snow Blastoise. That's probably going to be an evolution they do in the next generation of Pokemon. They've run out of ideas now. Right, Snow Blastoise can kill the giant baby for me. My main objective. Oh, okay, he destroys himself after the time it runs out. Anyway, well, that was not a good arena round for us, but, you know, we do get a couple of 100 coins out of it, so that's something. And another anglerfish for us to take down. Seems simple enough. We at least know the procedure now. Video games are full of barrels, and when did you last see a barrel? Like, unless you work at, like, one of those retro, you know, Industrial Revolution museums, or you are a Cooper, I don't... You know, maybe if you work in brewing or the oil industry. That's about the only places I can think of where people would actually come across barrels. And yeah, that doesn't actually cover most people. Anyway, you get a bowl there that's apparently somewhat valuable. People do have bowls. It's not some kind of, you know, sign of extravagance. Just about avoid a fall into unicorns there, and we find the garlic man. So we can climb up the gluey globe here and activate the boss, who needs 5 pieces of treasure. I'm not actually sure we've got that many. Ah, but there is an extra puzzle zone here, so we're just going to slam straight into that and we'll get ourselves the 5th piece. I just ate the damage there and jumped through the spikes, and that gets us another Spriteling. So the best way to get back to the entrance on this level is actually to just jump off the edge, because you don't take damage for that, whereas touching the spikes trying to escape might. Anywho, we're free now, and we put the extra piece in, so that unlocks the boss for us. I am going to give this level another run through, just to try and get some extra treasure, but I think I'm going to do that off screen, because it's probably not going to be all that interesting for you. See you in a moment. So I've managed to get up onto this upper level with this Beamos creature. They're quite easy to take out at this stage. I just need to be careful not to ground pound into the snow, because with some actual environmental location damage for once, it does mean that you are buried in the snow and have to dig your way out with the A button. So that gets us another chest up there. So another blue warrior button there. We'll try and figure out where that treasure lives later. If we butt stomp onto this bunny, we can climb up these layers of platforms on top of the trees. So we climb up carefully this final string of globes, and we've got ourselves another secret level up here, which we'll just butt stomp our way into. So this seems fairly simple. We've got to climb up this succession of boxes. Aha, that's the sticking point. Just got to be quick, and that gets us another Spriteling at the top. And we get ourselves another diamond piece there. Of course, not necessary for unlocking the boss, but a nice addition nonetheless. So we've now got all the Spritelings for this level. We don't have all the diamond pieces yet. There are 7, but I think for now that is good enough progress to justify continuing on and going to fight the boss. So one of the buttons we pushed back there has unlocked an additional chest for us. So I'm just going to hop up on this Icicle Gentleman and use him as a platform. If we climb across over this way, we get ourselves the blue chest and one of the treasures therefrom. So from this, we clamber down onto this gluey globe and push past. Yeah, so from here, just going to carefully platform over, and we get ourselves another secret level here. The lever here seems to show us the order. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so right, and there we go. That gets us another statue piece. We obviously don't have the 8 that this level contains, but we're getting up there a bit, and we get ourselves the 6th of the diamond pieces. Looks like there's the final secret level that needs to be stomped through. Unfortunately, getting over there in a way that avoid the wrath of the babies is going to be a bit of a challenge. Just casually dodge around them and past these electric guys. And over here, if we can take out Snow Blastoise, we should be able to just pile drive our way straight through with him. Okay, and there we go. It's another fairly straightforward platforming section. Not actually doing anything too difficult. I imagined that it might pull some kind of dick move on me, but on the other hand, it might not. No, this is actually just fairly straightforward A to B platforming. Lovely. So another statue piece, and the final of this level's diamond pieces, I believe. So where we haven't quite succeeded in this level is getting the statue pieces. We only managed to get 4 out of 8. And I'm not quite sure where the rest of them are, but I think that's sufficient progress for now that I'm not going to worry too much about it, because they don't seem to be doing much for us anyway. So this has been a more difficult level than I've been used to so far this game, if I'm honest. The platforming's been genuinely quite tough, and you know, we've died a couple of times. It's not been easy to find everything, and we've gone through it a couple of goes. So we're a long way from Greenhorn Forest now. Trying to position in any meaningful way on these slopes is an absolute nightmare. Right, so here we are at the exit. Let's go face whatever this level's boss is. Okay, so it's some kind of... Oh, wow! That's some kind of hideous eldritch horror. I wasn't expecting that. My god, look at that thing! It's, I guess, kind of Medusa-y, but also ice-themed and lava-y. Oh, I don't like it. It's kind of some Lovecraftian creature. It just swims through the air. Oh, I hate it. Right, so I guess the objective here will be to chuck those into the magma flares so that they can knock it down. There we go. And now I can grab it and I guess pile drive it? Yeah, there we go. Okay, well, this damage loop kind of makes sense, I suppose. I wouldn't... I want to know what was in the mind of whoever came up with this boss, because it's really horrible. So I'll be going in that one next. So if I pop that in there... Yep, there we go. And, yep, there goes the lava. So I can punch that giant evil baby into... There's a lot of giant evil babies in this game, aren't there? And slam it into the ground. Okay, so... It's 2 out of 5 done. And now I'm kind of locked onto it as it stares at me with horrible beams. Oh my lord! I've turned into an inflated Wario, and now I have to... Oh, his spirit went inside me. I don't like this at all. This is the creepiest thing I've ever seen. Wario is really messed up. Alright, now it's landed on the ground. I don't have to actually magma flare it to get it down. I can just grab it when it's when the time is opportune, at least. Alright, so only 2 more hits left, and I've got rid of the bloody thing. If I can head over to this magma flare and drop it in here, that should get the timing about right. Right, let's see if this lava flare will do the job. Okay, it's stunned. Another hit for us. Right. Just one more and I should be able to take it down. Let's hope it doesn't do its horrible screaming attack again. I don't know if there seems to be a way. I just get inflated and then I turn into this... I guess it's trying to float me into the lava or off the edge of the map. It doesn't do any damage. It's just really unnerving. Okay, good shot there from me, and now we've got it. So no more seismic attacks from it, and it is down. I don't like whatever you were. Precisely 100 enemies taken out in that level. That's neat, if not exactly spectacular. Okay, well, the next level looks like sort of flowery grasslands, which is much more what we're used to, and probably, crucially, won't contain any Eldritch Dimension horror beings. A third foresty level in the place of... Oh, it's Sonic the Hedgehog. Possible that was a deliberate joke. I don't know what the developers of this game were thinking when they came up with that. This is the third sort of foresty level in about 6 levels that we've played, so they're not exactly... bastions of inventiveness here. Okay, so we pick up Ty the Tasmanian Tiger here, take him over to this flower, and if the pattern on it is correct, if we spin in the correct direction, yeah, it's just like the screws in the horror level, we can raise it up to be a useful platform and climb this tree. I appreciate this level's simplicity after the slip-slidey weirdness of the previous one. Don't know what's up in this tree house. Okay, that just takes us out onto that level, so I'm going to go down for a second first, and... Okay, so, ooh, rays for some reason. Why are these here? These aren't a forest thing. Whatever, I'll deal with them in the appropriate manner. And hoover up some treasure as a result. Activated that button to get a chest at some point in the level, I think. So climbing over these lower leaves gets us to this place here. We'll get our first spriteling of the level. And we just got these birds, who are a fairly standard enemy for a Nintendo platformer, to be honest. They're just birds. They got kind of googly cartoon eyes, but they're not nearly as grotesque as the weird marshmallow babies of the last level. Why is this level so much more normal compared to the previous one? Maybe it was developed earlier in the process when they hadn't all had too much coffee. Right, okay, so it's these, yeah, I get you. Well, that ray is going to be a problem if I don't deal with it, so, right, we got to deal with these. So can we pick these up? Yeah, we have to pick those up and then chuck it at the bud. I'm not in... This level is rather unclear. See, I should, by all rights, just be able to walk past that, because it's not, I'm taking so much damage from these thorns, because I just can't figure out what to do. Okay, just throw it into the bud, and then I can... There we go. So only 2 hits necessary, just quite difficult to obtain hits. No chance of a garlic machine anytime soon, is there? I'm only on 1 health. Uh-oh. I wonder if there's anything in here. Oh, so there is. I just need to get out of the way of enemies so that I can spin that flower. That's all I want. I don't want to kill you, I just want to... Yes, respawn me for 300 coins. Take my money, whatever. Again, it's the extended stun time. You just get horribly stun locked, and it is just unbearable. Right. No pun intended. Right, they're both down. I can finally bloody spin this thing. Button over there. Must go whack it later. But for now, I can climb up this walkway and make our way up this tree. So that gets us the first secret level of the mission. Okay, right. So, jump on this box. Throw the bomb at the lever. That raises us up. We get a statue piece and a diamond. Lovely. Now, let's head back down and hit that yellow button I missed earlier. And see what that unlocks for us later on in the piece. Plus, we find our second secret level here. Okay, just one of these where we cling on to the ball as we go on a little mission around the spikes. A second statue piece. And a diamond. Not quite relishing taking out the bears for a second time, but needs must. Right, so that done, we can head across in a more normal manner. So with that done, we can wait until this spits out the gluey globe, which we need to... So you've got to be very quick with that, otherwise there's no way you'll get across without taking damage. So just quickly top up from the garlic guy here. And okay, we got this level's Blastoise, which seems to be some kind of unicorn. I guess that makes sense if its horn is meant to be like a cannon. It's not very clear though. Okay, we want... This is... Ooh. This is not well set up for this. Are we just... trying to jump and guide our... Yeah, guide our fall. There's no fall damage in this game, so I guess that kind of makes sense. Right. Try and get as many coins as we can on the way down. And a statue piece, and there we go with the spring. That was actually quite a fun idea for a level. Well done. Right, so what happens if we've got to stomp through here? Okay, arena time. And now I can grab one of you and start swinging you around to take out the other flyers. If I can pick up a big... Yeah. Okay, that's some kind of giant wolf with a cannon on it. It's not a unicorn or a goat as I originally thought. I mean, it's grey and mammalian, but that's about as close as it gets. This ray seems to be anything left standing in my way, so... Alright, well, we're through. And the treasure chest we unlocked earlier in the level gets us a thing, an antique-looking thing, which presumably Wario can sell at some point. We'll need an enemy to slam through to that next secret level. That shouldn't be too hard to come by. Especially if we can dash charge into these flying guys. Or just grab this statue and let that take me through. Easily done. Okay, another lever-based one. Got it. So like the previous ones, I imagine it's going to be a case of get the platforms moving and then just jump on them at the appropriate time. Plus, it looks like we get a spriteling at the end of this level, so that's nice. Alright, be free, little forest creature. Okay, that takes us up to 2 of the spritelings and 4 of the secret gems for this level. Nice progress, considering we haven't got to the end yet. Ah, there's some magnets here, which... looks like we might be able to do something with them with those magnetic plates, with those metal plates. That's a goat, and that's something I don't want to mess with. So if I can knock one of these guys down, I should hopefully be able to, yeah, use them as... Okay, not do that, just throw them into the abyss, but if I can chuck one out... This game, honestly, its attempts to introduce intricate puzzle mechanics are admirable, but they really often do not work. I think, actually, now that I know I can do this, there's a metal plate back there, which I didn't notice at the time, which has just occurred to me. So I wonder if I can do something with this. There we go. So chuck that up there, and aha, there's a button we can hit. Take that down, lovely. Don't know if that'll get us anything useful, really, but extra treasure is always nice. Right, so magnet for me, into the wall with you, and up we go. We'll chuck one down there to get that button. dodge their fire, bring another one down. And then we can use him as a platform. Okay, activate that swirly pattern unless, in case we need to get back up. And I guess push onwards, see what we can find. There's some gluey globes down there. I've got rammed by a goat into Unithorn's lair. Lovely. I will say it is quite nice how they design a unique Unithorn's lair for every level. It's just not nice that I have to see them so often. Okay, so there's the goats. Dodge out of the way of them. And here's where a treasure would go if I'd hit the button, which I haven't. Statue piece down there, which at least is a useful thing to find out from being chucked into the lair. When you're hanging onto a ledge as Wario, there seems to be no way to actually just drop, which I wanted to do there without having to jump and therefore get in the way of the goats. This is crossing that Wario 3 line from interesting mechanic into frustrating mechanic, and Wario so often just falls the wrong side of that. Well, purple button hit, we can at least climb our way back up. Who will free me from these terrible goats? Okay, well we've made it over to the garlic machine at least, so as well as squandering all our coins on Unithorns there, we can squander a few more on healing up Wario. We're to 55 a go now, it's not cheap. And that ledge down there is where I need to head, because I think there's a statue piece down here. Yep, there we go. That takes us up to 5 out of 8 for this level, which isn't bad going, really. Ah dear, and another one of these trees with the frustrating hitboxes. Got it. Okay, and with that, the tree is finally down. So with that treasure I've gathered from him, I'm going to go and get a quick heal. Now we can climb back here. And it looks like there's going to be other magnets on the way, because there is plenty of metal around to climb with them. And yeah, it's going to be a case of not falling into Unithorn's lair, but instead climbing these gluey globes and not getting hit by electrical attacks. Okay, and here we are in another arena. Hopefully this one will be relatively simple to take down. Quick pile driver to take out the mini guys at the beginning. Ah, these goats need a good flattening in my view. Well, they're quite powerful themselves though, and the stun time is quite significant. Right, they're both down, so back to the bigger guys. If I can avoid getting hit long enough to pick one of them up, I should hopefully be able to do some swinging. Yep, there we go. The light guys are better for this because you can move around more easily with them. The bears are down to being unarmed, although they are still quite dangerous. And a quick pile driver on his friend there. Hopefully it takes that guy out. Pile drive these guys before they can pile drive me. And with only 6 seconds left, let's take out as many more as we possibly can. And there we are. That was quite a good run through, I thought. Managed to not die, managed to get a decent amount of treasure to restore from previous deaths. And here we are with another BMOS to deal with. This, you know, we know the drill on this one by this point. And there we go, he's down. Quick vacuum up of those coins, and if we can get this goat to not kill me for a moment, hopefully we can use him to activate this swirly flower. Okay, and here we have another one of those bloody trees. So now if we head up here, we can climb across these globes and nearly fall off due to that spinning spike. Be a bit careful with those. Follow around here, and we've got another garlic guy for 50. And some more of our traditional enemy friends. And it looks like this is where the level ends, so hopefully... How many gems have we got at the moment? We have 3... Did we get up to 4 or 5? Oh, I don't think we did, in which case we might have to run through this again, which should be unfortunate, but like before, I'll do it mostly off screen, and I'll chip in if I find anything interesting for you. Yep, so that's 4. We need another 1. I think there might be one below us, which would be useful. So first, going to go get that statue piece in the middle. Then, it looks like, is there a second one? I thought I saw a second one, but I wasn't entirely sure. No, I just was being an idiot. I managed to get that diamond piece, so out we go. Not going to sustain any more damage in there from stamping blocks, thank you very much. Plus, treasure chest here, which gets us a Game Boy Advance, which will be very useful. So, making sure to dodge the spikes, climb back over here. Might as well top up on health before we go fight him. And, jumping over those guys, activate that portal, punch a bird in the face, and through we go. Hopefully this one won't be so much of a monstrosity. I'm guessing spider, judging by the amount of web, but I might be wrong. Yeah, also. Is he going to have globes for feet that we're going to have to climb? That would be what I would go for if I was designing this game. Oh, apparently not. He's got little combat boots. That's quite sweet. Okay, so can we go on the spider's web? Yes, we can, but you get stuck, so it's not a good idea. Right, understood. I don't know how to get out of it. As well, okay, just stay on the outer edges of the arena. Got it. Ah, now he fires out balls, and we've got to wait for him to suck them back in. Okay. Not entirely sure that's how spiders lay their webs, but... okay. Taking a few hits here, I'm not going to lie. The bosses in this do have quite a good range of attacks, I'll give them that. So, okay, so if we can butt stomp on them, yeah, we can pick him up, and I guess throwing is going to be the appropriate mechanism for getting rid of this guy, because I can't jump high enough to properly butt stomp. Okay, so this is rather a boring gameplay loop for a boss, if I'm honest. This is just wait till he spits out the globs and then try and bounce on his head. Easy enough, but just quite a slow loop. And chuck him out. There we go. And try and get off the web before he gets back. Oof. Taking a good whack there. Hope he doesn't get a second hit in while I'm recovering. Okay, globes once again. Let's try for hit number 3. Uh-oh. Oh no. Oh no, that's not good. Yep. That's a big hit there. A whole heart. That's a quarter of my health gone. Most other attacks, if you just keep moving, you will avoid fairly swiftly, apart from the earthquake ones, which are easily jumped over. And try not to get wrapped up in his web this time. Yep. Quick hoover up with those coins, and then up he goes. And fling him again for hit number 3. I imagine with only half a heart left, the 2 remaining hits are going to be a bit of a tall order, but... no, died immediately, of course. Okay, oh, managed to, yeah, do a bad job there and get wrapped up again. Okay, so a more skillfully aimed butt slam that time, and hit number 4 is ours. I seem to recall Wario Land 3 having a giant spider you fought in the middle of a hollowed out tree as well. I think it was in one of the earlier levels, but once you'd got a few power-ups and you had to come back, and it was a bit annoying, because bosses in that game had one-hit kill attacks, basically, so it was not a particularly enjoyable experience for the noob gamer. Right, and with that, looks like that boss is down, and we no longer have to deal with him. The stringy effect of the web on Wario as he runs around is quite nice. Okay, well, that was less obnoxious than the snowy level, but not by much. This has not been one of my favourite zones in the game, if I'm honest. I'm hoping the 4th one is a bit more fun. But regardless of our feelings about it, we have unlocked the boss for this segment, so let's go and deal with him in what looks like a fiery level. Here he is, Red Brief J. Does this mean he's going to be wearing red underpants? Because it's a Wario game, so I wouldn't put it past them. Yep, he's some kind of pig wrestler. He looks like one of the moblins from Zelda Wind Waker, only with weird, sexy cow muscles. I feel uncomfortable about this. Aha! So we just have to wait until he's right on the edge of the world, and then try and bash him into the lava. Makes sense? If we butt stomp on this floating platform, it does dunk it into the lava a bit. So if we wait till he's right on the edge, yeah, there we go. And now he goes in. Okay, so that's damage from him and coins for us. That's the appropriate way round. Well, this all seems fairly logical, I think. One of the easier bosses I've faced. I don't like his face. It's too smug and preening. It looks weird. Alright, there we go. Now he's on the edge, and dunk him in again. So that's hit number 2. He's easier than the spider guy, honestly, so far. Won't take too many chances because, you know, I know what this game can be like. Oh, we've got his new Super Saiyan attack. Right, there we go. Dash number 1. Dash number 2. Dash number 3. Wait till he teeters on the edge. Butt slam and hit number 3. Increasing the number of dashes by 1 every time I give him a hit, I note. So this might end up with 5, which would be less than ideal, frankly. But oh, I managed to get burned that time. Fair play. This bodybuilder cow stripper does have quite the moves. I'll give him that. Right. No, he's doing another Super Saiyan attack. Lovely. Right, so dash 1. Dash 2. Dash 3. Are we getting a dash 4? Yeah, looks like we are. Teeters on the edge, and hit number 4 is ours. Can we make this without death? That's the challenge. Oh, he's sped up a little bit, I notice. And he's going to do another... Yep. Managed to slam us into the ground there, but not into the lava, so that's something. Dash 1, dash 2, dash 3, dash 4, And it looks like, yep, dash 5, and now he teeters, and there we go. That is Red Briefs J down. Punch him in the head. There we go. And with that, the third world of Wario World is down. Not as good as I wanted on the Spritelings, but we're making reasonable progress through the game as a whole, so I think that is acceptable. And yes, the chest has the third of its 4 keys. So once we can get that fourth one in the next episode, we'll be able to go and fight the black gem that resides within and rescue our castle. Looks like next we've got some kind of magic conspiracy land. I'm not entirely sure what the theme of that one is, but I'm excited to find out. So this has not been one of the happier installments of Wario World, I think. These were really difficult levels. We didn't get as much progress as I probably would have liked in terms of the statues and the statue pieces and the Spritelings, but we did at least get through it eventually. So thank you very much for watching. If you'd like to subscribe, that will really help the channel grow. I'm also on Patreon at patreon.com/digitalwilds. You can check out our other series that we've got on Wednesdays with Battalion Wars and on Saturdays with Resident Evil 4, plus the odd one-off sprinkled in between. So thanks very much again for watching and listening. I will see you next time. Thanks very much.